Hello and welcome to the Psychic Side here on the A1R Psychic Radio Network, Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television, and a whole bunch of other places. You know, we're still the #1 psychic radio network on Earth, and we're delighted to have you as a guest or a listener of our program today. It's Tuesday again, and so that means we are here to kind of debunk the skeptics. And this month of January of 2024, we have been focusing on predictions for this year because it's such an interesting year with so many things going on, being a leap year and so on and so forth. And I'm bringing on some of my friends, some of the people I've known for many years, and people I know who have been really good at making predictions in the past. And today I'm really pleased to have a very special friend, Mary Beth Wood. She's the one that got me into this. So got me into making predictions. No, I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. But she got me in it, and we didn't do it last year, but we're doing it this year because I have the program. But I asked her to be on the show today so that she can tell us what she sees for 2024. So, Mary Beth, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Fine, fine. Thank you for joining me. Just briefly, do you want to tell people a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Sure. My name is Mary Beth Wood, and I do a lot of, I just want to help people. I had a near-death experience when I was 28, and basically I was told to come back and help. So I use my gifts. I'm a psychic medium, life and business coach. I do like medical energy, healing and stuff. But I just like to help people. I was basically sent back to do so. So I like to help you for your highest and best good.
Well, great. Well, great. I know you prodded me to do this. so that's good. I know you call yourself Angel Sky Unlimited. Is there a reason for that, or what's the deal there?
Yeah, I was told whenever I was listening to my angels and my spirit guides, and they said they wanted everybody to know your angels and your spirit guides are unlimited. We have many of them, and so that's what they're here for. They're here to help us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good, because we can't do this work unless we have the right intention and the right perspective. We've got to be there to help other people. And I know that, you've been doing this for a long, long time and have helped a lot of people and are well known in the metaphysical community here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So I'm delighted to have you as a guest today. So what I'd like to do is just kind of turn things over to you for the next 20 minutes or so. I'm not going to say I won't interrupt you, but I may. And, but we do some fancy stuff here on the psychic side. So this is why we're doing predictions. We're doing the fancy predictions for 2024. And so I'm going to let you just kind of take over and tell us what you think this year is going to bring us.
Okay. I have to apologize because whenever I was doing this, I was asking my guides and my angels and the galactic, and they were being kind of, it was all over the place. So I might jump a little more than I normally do as I go through this. So 2024 is an 8 year, like in numerology. And like the 8, if you do the 8, it's the infinity sign sideways. And so the 8 number is all about abundance. So I want you to think about building, doing, creating. 8 means prosperity. It means money. So I'm looking at it like this is the year to make it happen. So whatever you want to make happen, let's do it this year. As you know, I get my information from my angels and spirit guides and galactic beings. So it's going to be kind of, we're going to have it'll still be kind of weird, with the civil and global and political unrest. There's going to be some chaos, going to be some, continued wars. and some scandals. There's always scandals. But it was weird because I was kind of shown too that it it feels like there's going to be like we're going to have issues with like some of the ports closing, and the ships causing a supply chain problem and everything. I feel like we're going to get more of that. Like I'm getting like March, April. That's going to be kind of bad because I feel kind of like during COVID and everything. Remember how everything was stuck and we didn't get a lot of supplies. But the bad thing is that it almost feels like I don't really think we will see it too much here, but like some of the other countries might actually go into like a major famine kind of thing. So that's kind of one of the things I saw going on. But also I kept hearing don't be in fear because if we're in fear, it lowers our vibration, and if we do that, then we can't help help the planet and help everyone. So also like as far as the economy goes, and this was really it was disturbing. There was here to wait, what's it say? I don't know how to do that.
We're having a little trouble with your audio, and so we were just wondering if you could maybe close down some other programs you might have on your computer, if you have any.
I don't really have any. I just have the Skype one on. Let's see.
Well, that's okay. I don't want to slow you down. So.
But like one of the things is like on the economy, I'm seeing a huge amount of people being laid off. I mean, I'm talking more than we've ever had. Huge amounts of people being laid off, and it was weird because like I was seeing like Amazon, Google, Chase, the banks, like I saw all the banks and hiring freezes and like companies that you never thought would lay off people. I'm seeing more than we've ever seen in our lives, massive amounts of layoffs. So with that, some of it is because because the economy has been so wacky, up and down, and it's been kind of crazy in the last couple years. A lot of it though has to do with like AI and robotics. Like they were showing me like Amazon, for example. I saw all these like robots, and I guess they're doing it. The robots are doing the like moving the stuff at the warehouses. But then I saw a lot of like, I guess like the chat BT or whatever are taking over positions like marketing and stuff like that. So a lot of people are going to be losing their jobs. But what was kind of interesting this year, I was like, when I'm asking them these things and they're showing me, I said, okay, well, that's, that doesn't sound too good. What can we do to fix this? And it was weird because they were all, they go, oh, you can do this and you can do that. So what they were saying is, like things you might want to do that could help is like, don't be complacent in your job. In other words, try to cross-train on multiple functions. Keep track of your wins and remind your boss of your wins. And with that way, it's kind of like they will go to bat for you, like if you're on the chopping block or something. But because it's like the more you can do, even to learn more about AI, maybe you can help them, but they're new stuff and their boss's coming to them saying, hey, you're going to need to do this, this, and this, and let this many people go. And they don't want to do that. It's not fun for.
So you're saying that we may lose a lot of jobs due to AI or robotics, more so than what we ever had this year. And what we need to do is we need to let our bosses know the value of our being employed. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. There you go.
Okay.
You know what else they said, which was weird, because I'm not into like that, but they said to update like your LinkedIn profile and kind of have have it already going. But also they said this will be a year for kind of like with COVID. Remember how everybody went out and they learned some other jobs and other resources and stuff, and we all learned how to get on Skype and do video calls. Me not until yesterday, by the way. But like to learn more and everything. So there's going to be a lot of creativity with the fact that we're learning to do other side hustles. So it's got its good and its bad. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that because last week when we had Lana, she pretty much said the same thing: more education for people, and that she just was saying something about signing bonuses would not be with cash; it would be with you learning more, getting more certifications and stuff like that. So that's
Uh,
interesting. That and I didn't tell you anything about what she said, but I'm
yeah.
going to validate what you're saying because I'm getting this theme, and this is one reason why I'm doing this. I'm trying to find out what themes there are. So
Uh,
I'll shut up and let you keep going.
no, I do. I think it is. I think it's a big thing. Did she say anything about also the layoffs? Because I'm seeing massive.
Well, she said AI was going to cause people to lose a lot of jobs this year. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's they but yeah, I saw Google too. Amazon, Google, banks. Um Also, like as far as the housing market goes, now this is kind of interesting, but I've been seeing this for like a year now. The housing market will continue to go down as far as, our houses have inflated across the country in the United States. So the actual, because of people losing their jobs, there's going to be a more abundance of houses that will be for sale. Um, but if you feel good and secure about not losing your job, it would be ideal if you have any money stashed to maybe, purchase a house, because the interest rates are going to come down just a little bit. I feel like, maybe one point, maybe two. And by doing that, that will help with the interest rates and with the prices of the houses coming down. That will help, like a first time buyer or something. Um, and let's see, about like, um, so yeah, if you're going to do something, if you know your job's secure and you feel like you can save a little money, it would be a good time to maybe purchase a house. And and as far as the other people thinks your job might be in jeopardy, this is all about learning. We're going to learn how to do more things and get that side hustle going. Um, let's see. Also, this was a strange thing, but it kind of makes sense. I kept seeing like major hacking going on, and it was weird because like how you know yeah, you may have one or two hacks, but like I feel like it's like your AT&T emails, your Google account, your banks, your Facebook, Apple, like your Apple phones, your Apple products. But what was weird is I kept seeing pictures like on all of them, and I was like, why are they taking our pictures? So somehow they're hacking and taking our pictures. So it was kind of scary. And I was like, why are people hacking, taking our pictures? But then what they said that we could do to combat that was to, like, if you have a VPN, a lot of companies have VPNs, and a lot of us are, working from home or, whatever. But you should also get what's called a personal VPN. I know I use Atlas. You can use, there's Virtual Shield. There's all these different ones. But I kept hearing people should get an actual VPN for their phones for their personal use. it would really help. Um, but I couldn't, it just kind of surprised me about the picture. So I don't know what that was about. But, I don't know. I wouldn't want my pictures all over the place, you know?
So is that privacy violation? Is that what you're basically saying?
Yeah.
Or
Like,
more cyber attacks and things like that, and so we need more antivirus or anti malware or whatever.
and just protection, but like your VPNs, a lot of the VPNs actually have the malware on there as well. So you can put them on your computer or your phones. But yeah, I saw AT&T, I saw the Gmail, I saw banks, like the banks feel that will be hacked. So people may actually lose their money, like if they have like a, Venmo account or, um, like your Cash App and your Venmos and PayPal, like think those two. That's why you need to pay more attention to the security of what you have. Because I mean, everybody thinks, oh, iPhones are great, but I saw Apple in there too. So that was just kind of interesting.
Hmm.
Um, and also on, okay, this is um, also on the election. Um, I did see Trump winning, but I saw a bunch of things like trying to stop it per se. Like don't be surprised if something crazy doesn't happen. Like don't be surprised if all of a sudden we have a grid go down or we have a bunch of grid wear and we have something like that happen, or even, and this is going to sound crazy, I know, but I'm just going to say it.
Look, the crazy stuff is the stuff that's important.
Like, don't be surprised, and this is what I heard and how I heard it, is they said you could have a fake alien invasion.
A
And
fake invasion.
and what's weird is like the alien invasion is almost like it's not just, there's a lot of other countries having a presidential, thing this year in 2024. A lot of other countries all at the same time. So it was weird because, and I kind of saw it around the August, September timeframe. And if they do it, it would be like, kind of looked to me like almost like a hologram or something. But it was like, I mean, there's real aliens out there. I mean, I totally believe in them. And, I talked to the Galactic Federation and a couple others, so I totally, believe in them. But it's almost like, just like with humans, you got your good and your bad. You're going to have bad people, you're going to have good people, bad aliens, good aliens. But it's like, the reason why I saw that, I think, is maybe because if they do have it, it would be maybe to try to control people, kind of like, the COVID thing, how they tried to control, you can't eat at this restaurant, you have to wear a mask, you got to do.
Is this the government doing this, or is it because of this invasion?
No, this is the government doing it.
Oh, the government. Okay, so the government is going to try to impose. Now, is this before Trump gets in office, or what?
Yeah, if that would be the only thing that could pose a problem, that or the grid down with him actually getting it. And it feels more like the government thing. But the weird thing is, it doesn't just feel like it would happen here. It almost feels like it will happen in some of the other countries too. Like, oh, look, in the United States, it's like enough to scare the world. Kind of like the whole COVID thing did. It scared everybody. And so, what I was told is for us to, just go and discern it. Like feel it, feel your gut. Like, is this real or is it fake? Is it something the government might be putting on because they're trying to scare us and control us? Or is this something, that is, preventable? Because not everybody is going to be bad. Not everybody in the United States is bad. They ain't bad. So I think it's don't be into fear. We have to be out of fear. Does that make sense?
Sure. We, and do you feel like there's going to be rebellion or any kind of insurrection, which I think has been used a lot in the past couple of years? You think the civilian population might say something about these restrictions?
I think if that really happens, I kind of feel like that might be like kind of. I think they would might break down instead of that. But if it happens, then I think it would be, it would scare a lot of people because you got a lot of people that are still in 3D versus, 5D. They haven't ascended yet. And those are the ones that are going to be like, oh, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, and they're not going to be as receptive. But I think more and more people are, raising their conscious level and they're coming to. So I feel it can be, I feel like it can be protected and people can use true discernment and know if it's like a hologram, like a fake hologram or something. And just be open. Don't think they're here to kill us because they're not. uh, but also, I kind of got like between 2024, 2028, it's kind of like, the old Earth 3D and we're going to the new Earth. So it's kind of like we're going into like this 4-year cycle that's going to be a lot of things that are going to be like medical things are going to come out. The medical things truly are like, I believe in the med bed technologies and, a lot of healing. I think there's going to be a lot of healing with water. I think there's going to be other types of like ways to make ocean water, maybe more like drinking water. And they already have, and I mean, my guides have told me this a long time ago, like they have cures for cancer, they have cures for MS, they have all these cures, but it's kind of like, I guess the powers that be want to keep in control of this information. And so, like the governments want to keep in control. That way they can control us a little more. But I believe that over the next 4 years, I think, that we will have more as we vibrate at a higher frequency. We're going to know how to help do, healing energy. And we're just going to learn, more about reversing aging and cures for cancer. I feel like it's all going to come out. So, yeah, and like weather. The weather's kind of crazy, shifting gears on the weather. It's going to be kind of like the same. You're going to have, I feel like California's going to have something, like a earthquake. I keep seeing flooding, like, Kansas, Mississippi, Missouri, that kind of thing. I feel like flooding's going to happen like it feels like April or May, like on the flooding is going to happen then. I feel like there's also going to be earthquakes around, kind of like, around the world. We're going to experience more earthquakes, I feel like, this year. And I think the biggest thing that, my angels and guides were saying this year, it's kind of like, I kind of always say this, and that's kind of what they were saying too, is that as we're moving into the higher consciousness, we just have to lift the world up. We have to be the one to say, you know what, let's say a prayer, let's do a meditation to the whole world. Let's send out love, light. Um, because if we can radiate this positive energy of peace and love and prosperity and be kind and compassionate, to people, I really think that even though we got this bad stuff going, I think if we can model that and everybody do it, even if it's only 10 minutes a day, I truly feel like that would help. That would help.
So are you saying there's going to be like an age of kindness coming in with new people, or more compassion toward people, or what?
I think we have to make that happen.
Have to make it happen. So,
Yeah, I think
okay.
these podcasts, seriously, you guys, if we could take 10 minutes a day and just send out love and light and good positive energy, I believe it can actually curtail. Because imagine if the whole world could actually send that out to everybody, and instead of it being about war and hate and this, we can send that out and it would change and it can make a difference. So everybody,
Okay.
guys, do it. Send love and happiness to other people. Let's be kind to others.
Okay, well, Mary Beth, we have less than 2 minutes left. And so do you have a prediction for the Super Bowl or anything like that?
I learned a long time ago with my husband. He used to do that one.
Don't do that one. Okay. All right.
I won't do that one. Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, I want to thank you for being a part of the show today. And I'm writing this all down. And so I'm going to call you back next year if we're all still here. And so we'll see what happens. And it's been a delight to have you and hear all your predictions. Great job. And scary stuff like the rest of the other psychics have said. It's just there's kind of a theme going here. But before we close, I want to go ahead and I want to thank my sponsor once again before I forget, Miracles of Joy. They've been very kind to be with us. Their promo code is 0223. Go to their website, miraclesofjoy.net. So we'll be back here next week with Tom T. Moore. And that's about it for the psychic side. I want you to take note of that. And look, watch us on Moonstruck TV on YouTube. And of course, you can always binge watch too. So I'm your host, John Cappello, and this is the psychic side. So long, everyone. Bye-bye.